Be aware of your language. Baseball is back, and what would your pet call you?
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to a Wednesday. It is June 24th, 2020, day 283 of Gotta Get on Ellen. Guess what? Great news. Baseball. It's coming back. They figured it out. I had a good feeling they would. Games will be scheduled for the end of July. Unfortunately for the Phillies fans that are listening, myself included, they're having a little bit of a COVID issue in their spring training right now. Spring training in the summer. Yeah, it's like 5 people have tested positive. So they did shut down camp. I'm not sure what the next step is. I heard on the news this morning that they are going to start having training back at the ballpark next week. So something to look forward to. Not a huge baseball fan. I will take it, though. I will take it. They better figure out football. That's all I'm saying. I don't care if they play in a stadium that's empty. I would much rather not have the option to go to the game and watch it on television than not have a game at all. They've had plenty of time. They have to start football on time. They have to. It's the only thing getting me through right now. That's not actually true. What is getting me through right now is that now that it's officially summer, I am in my element. This is my time. This is what lights me up. This is what I enjoy more than anything. And I am so grateful that we have had a really long stretch of amazing weather. I mean, truly amazing weather. This is our reward for the awful, horrible, detestable spring that we had. I'm not sure how it was by you, but here at the Jersey Shore, southeastern Pennsylvania area, we had horrific everything come this spring. It was cold, it was windy, it was stormy. I mean, you name it, and we had it. We had what they call a tornado around here, just a step below a tornado. I had never even heard of the term before that happened. We've had some pretty bad storms this spring, and it just made the whole quarantine issue so much worse for us. You know, it was bad enough being stuck at home, but then we couldn't even go outside and enjoy the weather. But like I said, we are being rewarded now here in this part of the area because it has been so nice. Very little rain, which means I have to water my plants twice a day. But I will do it. That's okay. I will take one for the plant team. We have seen a lot of humidity in the last couple of days. Monday seemed really hot and humid. I really didn't go outside at all on Monday, which, it was still sunny. So it has to be hot if I don't go outside at all. The other problem is it has been so cool and chilly. We're not used to these high temperatures. When the hot and humid air comes in, it's like a shock to our system because we just really haven't experienced much of it. Our body has not had time to adjust. I always say bring on the heat and humidity. I'm cool with it. But it was pretty humid on Monday. So yesterday, I just assumed it was going to be the same thing. I had some things to do, went out and about and got some things done, came home. Next thing I knew, it was like 1:30. I'm like, how on earth did it get to be 1:30 already in the afternoon? Stepped outside. I was like, hey, I'm not immediately sweating when I walk outside. And I was like, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab my book. I'm going to put on my suit and I'm going to sit outside in the sun. And that's exactly what I did. I got a good couple of hours in. There's just nothing better to me than just sitting in the sun, feeling the rays, warming up my body. It was a little hot. I'm not going to lie. It was a little hot. But I'm into this book now. I think I may have mentioned it. The Pillars of the Earth. It's not a new book. Been around for quite some time. Very large book. I'm really getting through it. I'm about 500 pages in of the almost 1,000-page book. So it's my husband's suggestion. He's like, wow, you're really going through that book, aren't you? I'm like, oh, yeah. I read a lot, and I have this backup now from the library. This always happens with the library. I'm on these waiting lists forever and ever and ever, and then all of a sudden I'll get 3 books at once. The library has it set up where, and I'm talking about the e-library. The e-library has it set up where when I first joined it, you could get 5 loans out at a time and put 5 books on hold. Then they changed it so that you could take out 10 books at a time. Who can take out 10 books at a time? Who can read 10 books at a time? I imagine that's for people that have families and they, get books for their children. I don't know really how it works because I'm the only one that uses that app in this family. Can you send it to different Kindles? Can you send it to different areas, phones, Nooks, what have you? I'm not sure. Maybe that's why you're allowed to have 10, but you're still only allowed to put 5 books on hold, which I find to be not nearly enough. Not nearly enough because I go on and I put my name on waiting lists, and sometimes it's like 12 weeks. And meanwhile, that counts as a hold for 12 weeks. I've had to take my name off some lists just to get on other books. Like the other day, I just took a book I had been on hold for about 3 or 4 weeks. And it still said I had like 8 weeks left to go. And I wanted to add a couple of books. So I took the one book. It's called Beach Read. It's very popular right now. I'm not really even sure if it's something I would like. But usually if I see a book that people are ranting and raving about, I'll go put my name on the list for the library. That's why I get library books. So I don't have to pay for them. I don't get mad if I don't enjoy them because I didn't pay for them. So I took that off so I could add a book. And then, of course, like 2 days later, I got like 3 books from the e-library all at once, which one, I can't read them all right now because I'm in the middle of this Pillars of the Earth, which is, large and humongous. And I wouldn't have had to take if I would have just waited one more day, I wouldn't have had to take that off the list. So I don't know. If you read Beach Read, let me know how you like it to determine whether I will put my name back on the list. Because, now I start back from the end. I think that I look to resubmit my hold, and it's now at 13 weeks. So it's just getting longer. Once the regular library opens, which I'm not sure when that's happening, you can usually get the actual physical book much quicker than you can get the ebook. But I digress. Went outside, read my book for a little while. I really just try to enjoy this time. I'm very lucky where I don't have a lot of obligations like I know some of you do. I don't have children, and I know a lot of you have, a lot of things you have to get done in the day. I don't really have to get anything done except for this podcast and my blog and some, other little behind-the-scenes work, but I'm getting some stuff done, but I really am taking it easy, I've got to say. Sorry, babe. I know you've been suspicious that I'm not doing much at home, and you have been right. I'm getting some stuff done. I've got my speech coming up. I've just kind of confirmed that. I've been practicing my speech. I have to really get in a lot more practice. It's going to be on Wednesday, July 29th at the Long Beach Island Foundation of the Arts and Sciences, LBIF for short. Pinot and Positivity with Wendy McClure, the Hopefulist. That's me. Yes. So it's my first major speaking event, and I am super pumped, super nervous, super excited. As I practice, I'm trying to do it off the cuff. Like I've got some cards with points that I want to make sure I don't forget, but I'm trying to learn to go off the cuff because it's just in the long run easier that way, and it's more authentic that way, I believe, as well. But I'm so worried that once I get there in front of everyone, I'm going to just freeze and everything is going to go blank. I'm just going to forget everything. So I really need to get a lot of practice in so I have it down. I know it inside and out. But it's very exciting. Very exciting. And I hope that if you are in the area, you get a chance to come check it out. You can actually purchase your ticket now. Go to lbif.org and check it out. It's July 29th, Pinot and Positivity. Bring a drink, and we will have some snacks for you as well. That was the last I heard. I guess I got to check on that too. I was really worried it was going to be canceled with everything that's going on, but thus far, it is on. So I'm not doing as much work as I probably should be, is my point, because this is my time, people. I don't care that I'm not super productive this time of year. I am going to enjoy every moment that I can. Today, I am still have not decided either going for a bike ride or a kayak ride. I have yet to be on my bike this summer. I have come up with every excuse to get out of doing it. It's too windy. It's too buggy. It's too this. It's too that. And I know once I finally, and, I got to pump the air into the tires now at this point because it hasn't been used since last fall. I know once I finally get on the bike, I will be so happy that I did. Looks a little breezy out there today. Not terrible. We'll see. Yeah, I've really been slacking on my cardio. Keeping on with my workout. I've been slacking a little bit on that too. I'm just being honest with you. I'm doing my arm workout today, for sure, as soon as I am done this. So, back on track. But my point is, enjoy the time that you love. I love summer, and I'm not going to let it pass me by without taking the time to just really enjoy the moments and to do all I can to take full advantage of the warm weather and all of the things that I can do in the warm weather. Give yourself the time to do the things that you enjoy. I know it sounds like everybody's like, well, yeah, of course, but so many people don't. Make the time for the things that you enjoy. I put up a topic yesterday that I thought would be really fun, but I didn't get many people biting. If your pet had a name for you, what would it be? I think at this point, Tucker would probably call me a pushover. Was not always the case, but I pretty much do whatever she wants now. She is going to be 14 this year, and I am constantly afraid she's going to die soon. She's in very good health. She's really in good shape. But 14, that's old. So I pretty much do whatever she wants now. She wants to sleep up in bed with me, real up close. That's fine. She wants a belly rub. She flips over. I give her a belly rub. She stares at me a little too long. I just give her a treat. She wants to play ball. She finally won me over. This is how much of a pushover I've become. She doesn't play ball right. She never has. She plays keep away. She does not play fetch. I'll throw the ball, and then she won't come back. Or she'll come back and just keep it out of your reach. So we had started to play with two balls. When she would come back, we would make her drop that ball, and then we would throw the next ball. But then she got to the point where she won't even come back anymore. She'll just stay in the back of the hallway. She wants us to chase her. That's what she likes. She wants to be chased. And I keep trying to tell her, I don't want to play. I'm not the one that wants to play. But I've finally given into that now, too. So I grab a ball, I chase her down the hallway, throw it, chase her down the hallway, throw it again, chase her down the hallway, throw it again. She's got me wrapped around her little finger. There is no doubt. Let's see. Katie says that her pet would call her peasant. Yeah. Marcy says her pet would call her the lap. Joe says, which is my husband, so he's talking about Tucker, he says that he would be called that guy. It's not true. We do use that guy in a little bit of a derogatory term around here, a little inside joke that we have with our neighbor. And I would think that Tucker's name for my husband would be Plaything. He's the guy that has always played with her the most. So Jim says my pet would say, "Why are you naming me? I don't have a pet." Very funny, James. Very funny. Right on to today's blog post, continuing to talk about gratitude for the couple of weeks that we've been focusing on it. So I want you to start paying attention to your language. I've talked about this before because it's so important. When it comes to gratitude, we often don't take the opportunity to use it in our everyday language. If you focus on what is wrong in your life, you will feel sad, unempowered, and like you have no control over your life. But you do. You control most things in your life, and the language you use can direct how your life goes. Here are some simple examples. Instead of saying, "I'm scared" or "nervous," try using the word "excited." Instead, it's all the same feelings taking place, so put a positive spin on it. Or when something goes wrong and your go-to is, "Oh, the worst luck," try saying, "Well, it can only go up from here." Or "it's better than the alternative," which would be not being alive at all. Or just in general, if you are a life sucks type of person, just flip it to "life sure is an adventure." Just a change of that one little word will spin your whole dynamic, your whole perspective. To truly be grateful, you have to break it down, though, to being thankful for every little thing in your life. Being grateful for all the things you have always taken for granted. It seems silly at first, but I promise you, it is so powerful, and this will be the start of your transformation. I mentioned a little while back my idea for a journal targeting pessimists like my former self. My idea is to write down a situation that didn't go your way, and then write down anything that you can be grateful for in that situation. Here is an example. You get a flat tire on the way to work. What can you be grateful for in that situation? Oh, well, it depends on how you took care of the problem. You can be grateful that you have roadside assistance. You can be grateful that you know how to change a tire. You can be grateful that you have someone to call to come and help you. You can be grateful that now you know you should be getting roadside assistance. Or the bare minimum, you could just be grateful that you have a car to begin with. Does it make sense? You can do this with just about any situation in your life. Even if you can't be grateful for what happened, you can be grateful for the solution or what you learned from the situation. Start paying attention to the words you use. Use words that enhance your life and make you feel empowered. Stay away from words that make you feel helpless and like a victim. You have the control. You have to put the work in to flip this dialogue, though. It will be very difficult at first. But once you start paying attention, you will realize how often you use negative words to describe your world. Then you can start stopping yourself. Nope, life doesn't suck. Okay, all right, stop. Just stop saying that. After you get in the habit of stopping, then you can begin replacing it with words that show your gratitude and control in this thing we call life, which is an adventure, right? Oh, it is hump day already. Just take notice of the words that you use today and see how often you are being grateful versus seeing all the negative. Now, I want you to go out there and be your badass self. You know I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.